Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here. I hope you're all doing well, and in this video we are going to be discussing an official announcement or issue from Lucasfilm officially coming from them as a statement on Ahsoka's overall show amid the concerns of a poor performance for this Disney Plus show. This very may well, though, however, play a role into a potential season 2 of the Ahsoka show and a continuation within the Mandoverse here overall. We are going to go ahead and hop right on into it. In this video, we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, Lucasfilm recently released an official statement about the Ahsoka show on Disney Plus, detailing the premiere's viewership numbers, comparing it to other Disney Plus shows alike. Ahsoka is off to a hot start on Disney Plus, as the former Jedi, alongside with Natasha Liu Bordizzo's Sabine Wren in live action, are both on the hunt for Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger. The first two episodes already premiered on the streaming platform, with episode 3 as well out now, making history as the first Disney Plus title to debut on Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming out a lot earlier, comparing it to other Disney Plus shows inside and out of Star Wars. Both critics and fans alike seem to enjoy the first two installments of the show overall, as well as the third episode already, even though they did include some head-scratching moments here and there for those who enjoy the prequel trilogy or maybe other areas of Star Wars, such as Rebels or Clone Wars. But hey, think about it, we're only 3 episodes in, they're bound to explain more of what's going on in these first couple of episodes throughout the remaining episodes for the first season. Before we continue on, giving you guys a reason to care. Why is this even important? Why do we care about the viewership numbers for Ahsoka here overall? It's been stated time in and time out here for the last couple of months at this point from the cast and crew members, Disney executives, that pretty much if Ahsoka Season 1 performs well, then they're going full-fledged and really going to continue on here with the Mandoverse, with Ahsoka Season 2 specifically. Which is a bit of a disappointment that Disney is simply basing it off of the viewership numbers if it performs well, but it makes sense, I think, at the same time. Is it just worth investing into it actually than just continuing on a story that not a lot of people really tend to care about all that much? Regardless, either way, I believe that the premiere episodes for Ahsoka have very well done great, honestly, alone, and that we very well could and should get an Ahsoka Season 2. Either which way, if they decide to or not to give us an Ahsoka Season 2, we're still bound to see these characters reappear sometime in the future of the Mandoverse, whether it's in another Star Wars show, such as a future season of The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, or maybe even an entirely different Star Wars show that hasn't been announced, or maybe if they bring back Rangers of the New Republic would be a perfect for Hera Syndulla and some other characters in the show. We are bound to see the return of just about all of these characters in Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie that was recently just announced a little bit earlier this year at Star Wars Celebration, as a culmination event of all of these Star Wars Mandoverse Disney Plus shows. And just so we're also clear, this whole movie doesn't necessarily mean the end of the Mandoverse. It does serve as a main culmination. Think of it as an Avengers movie for the MCU, and by which I will also mention, if you're an MCU fan, I also have a Marvel channel. I'll have it linked in the description down below. I digress. Continuing on, SambaTV.com had recently reported that Ahsoka had only been watched by 1.2 million viewers in its first week, or 6 days here on Disney Plus, causing some concern among fans due to past Star Wars shows, such as The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett, garnering higher viewership overall. Lucasfilm has since released its own audience numbers themselves, adding further context to how Ahsoka has performed with its debut episodes. So we're clear, this video here is out by the time that Ahsoka Episode 3 is out as well, right before Episode 4 here. These numbers are directly from the first 2 episodes, the premiere of Ahsoka. In an official statement from Lucasfilm over the Star Wars website, it was revealed that the premiere episodes of Ahsoka had garnered 14 million views in its first week on the Disney Plus streaming service, making the show the most watched project on the platform during that time period, of comparing it to like when the first episode of maybe The Mandalorian came out, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Book of Boba Fett. That being said, it's easy to presume that just based off of that alone and seeing that how the first episodes here have already received that amount of numbers or viewership here overall is honestly pretty pretty insane, and it sets a very good going forward, I think, here for a potential Ahsoka Season 2. Although, admit that they have put out their own numbers from Disney themselves, there's still some concern and even some confusion, I think, at that, as they say specifically that there's been 14 million views. With that, it's a bit difficult to specifically narrow that down. I myself had watched the first 2 episodes with my brother, so that counts for 2 views. Maybe, for example, if a household watches it together, 4 people maybe all together, then they're missing out those 3 extra viewers. They really should have said it or done the numbers for the households, I think, much rather, to avoid any confusion. I think that this is really more specifically garnered towards the households much rather. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy had also gave an official quote that was included in the statement on Star Wars' official website talking about the show's success, where she had credited its cast and crew members as she said that, in quotes, "Ahsoka has become a fan favorite with people of all ages, and it's wonderful to see her continue to resonate with viewers in her very own headlining show. I want to recognize the fantastic work done by our creative team, led by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, the incredible cast led by Rosario Dawson, and our talented crew. And on behalf of the team and all of Lucasfilm, we give our thanks to all of the fans who have been with Ahsoka on every step of her journey, and to all of those who are just learning about her now in her own Ahsoka show here on Disney Plus." Ending that quote right there. It seems that, I think very easily, that Disney, or Lucasfilm more specifically, are taking much pride here in the success of Ahsoka here overall, and that is great, quite honestly, to hear. I mean, Ahsoka has been long overdue for her very own show after appearing in the Clone Wars, Tales of the Jedi, Star Wars Rebels, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett. Finally, this fan favorite character has her own show. That's great. It is also important, though, however, to note that neither Star Wars nor Disney has ever released its own official viewership numbers publicly following the project's premiere, so it is impossible to really truly judge how successful Ahsoka has in comparison to other past Star Wars projects on Disney Plus. Seeing that Disney has only put these numbers out here for Ahsoka themselves, they never did anything like this for any seasons of The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor, or any of their animated shows like Tales of the Jedi. Like I had mentioned a little bit earlier on in this video, it gets slippery, and it's difficult to really tell here on what these numbers exactly are, because they say 14 million views. Is that actual specific like views? It's very impossible, quite honestly, at that, to really tell the views on a Disney Plus project, as I had mentioned, because I myself had watched it with my brother, so that accounts for 2 views when they might count it as just 1. It's a bit difficult to tell, but it seems as though that either way, Ahsoka is being perceived well. It's getting the viewership numbers that Disney wants to see and that they're proud of and that they want to show the world, because this is like the first time that they've ever put anything out this like publicly or officially themselves, sharing those inside numbers. They never did anything like that for any of the Mandalorian seasons or Book of Boba Fett, as I had mentioned. So that being said, fingers crossed for an Ahsoka Season 2. It seems very likely, I think, at that. This year all being said, though, guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.